champion, Floyd Mayweather, with us. Can you, on social media tonight, and among some, even within boxing, there was a thought of underwhelmed, disappointed. Listen, you're doing your job. You're going out and winning. Do you at all understand that kind of reaction?
Well, it's all about working smarter, not harder. I didn't get to the age of 38 and 47-0 for no reason. Calculated moves, smart. I surrounded myself with the right team on the outside the ring, and I went inside the ring and done what I had to do. This is not called slugging. This is not called toe-to-toe. This is called boxing, and I'm one hell of a boxer.
I thought his inability to adjust was a major factor. You were consistent, you were defensively dominant, you were taking advantage of situations. Did you know halfway through that fight that this thing was completely in control?
From round one.
From round one?
Round one.
Even when he tagged you in the fourth and had the little rally and had some success in the sixth?
I just feel that I had a game plan.
Yeah.
I had a game plan. I took my time, kept my composure, and I know what it takes when it's a fight of this magnitude. I've been in that situation before, so I know how to handle a situation like that.
Do you have the $100 million check on you right now?
Yeah, yes.
Right here in your pocket?
I mean, we
I
can't.
saw you showing it to Dad over there. Dad say when you show him a nine-figure check.
We can't put it on. I don't want to. I don't want to put it on camera. I'll
the account number.
Let me see that bad boy. Yeah, that's the real deal right there, Steve. Yeah, that's.
Floyd, are you familiar with direct deposit?
Zeros. Right.
Have you heard of direct deposit? No?
That is hand scripted with all those zeros.
TBE. This is your brother, Michael Emmanuel, the spokesperson for the remnant sons of God. You know you are the chosen one. But let me tell you why you are the chosen one. In the song above, B sung about, thank God, I'm proud to be an American, because at least I know I'm free. And she sung about the men in the past who died to make that happen. And as African Americans, we have two categories of men who died to make that happen. The soldiers who bled and died for our country, they are that first category that we take our hat off to and have to acknowledge and thank for our ability to live free. But the second category is one that only we can claim. Our African forefathers who died and shed blood to build this country. Our forefathers died so that we could live in this free society. All right, so we have two men to thank for that freedom, and only we have that ability because we are the only ones that shed our blood and built this country. All right, so the reason you are unstoppable, the reason you are unbeatable is because you have the Mayvenchi code, and this is what the Mayvenchi code is. This is why you are the chosen one. In the Bible, the word teaches with a tool called typology. Typology is where God guides and teaches and illustrates to his children that they are his children and gives them roadmaps along the way to follow the way to him and the way that he wants to lead them down. So this is how typology works. God showed Adam and Eve how to sacrifice a lamb. And that lamb was typology. It was a symbol. It was a teaching tool. That's what typology is. It's a symbol of something that he's going to do in the future. So the lamb represented his son, the lamb, that was going to come and do exactly what he taught them to do to the lamb, which was shed his blood. So the type, which was the lamb, was a symbol for a future event that was going to come and happen later on, meaning his son that was going to come and die just like that lamb as the sacrifice to redeem his children. All right, so the lamb was the type, and the son coming and dying and redeeming man was the anti-type. And all throughout history, all throughout the lifetime of this earth, God has sent types, symbols, right, to remind his children. They are called the chosen one, and you are one of those types. All right. You have the Mayvenchi code. It's called dominion. God had many, many, many sons, but he only gave one son dominion. One. His perfect son, Adam. Adam was the only man that was 100% perfect. Perfect eyesight, perfect brain power, perfect mind capacity, and also 100% perfect melanin content and melatonin, meaning he was a man of color, perfect skin, perfect melanin content, 100%. He was a man of color, a black man. And to him, because he was his special, perfect son, God gave him dominion. And all throughout history, he's continued to show his sons, the sons of God, send them types. You are one of those types. And I'll show you many, many other types that came throughout history, just to remind his other sons of God that they are still his children and they still are kings and have dominion on this earth.
What should we know about you? What don't we talk about enough that should be out there? Reveal a little bit of the Floyd
what we like
you
to
don't
do,
know.
well, I don't brag or boast about me feeding the homeless or me giving back to the American citizens that's less fortunate. You know, as long as God knows what I do, that's what's important to me. I'm a man just like you guys. I love my family. I want the best from them. I had a very, very rough upbringing, and I'm thankful to be where I'm at. It's no different from an actor in a movie. He has to have a game plan, long term, and I had a game plan.
Genesis chapter 1 verse 26, it says, "And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion. And let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth." So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female. Adam and Eve, male and female, created he them. And God blessed them, male and female, Adam and Eve. And God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth on the earth. And behold, and God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of the tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat, and to every beast of the earth, and every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning was the sixth day. God gave Adam and Eve specifically dominion. That was their birthright. A birthright from God is given to a specific son, and only that specific son carries the birthright. He also had the blessing of being the firstborn of earth, so he was doubly blessed. The birthright is something that you have to choose. That's the covenant with God. The firstborn is something that you just happens to you. If you're born first, you're the firstborn son, you automatically get the possessions of this earth that your father had. But the birthright is something different. The birthright is the covenant. That could go to the first son, it could go to the last son, it could go to the middle son. Whichever son accepts the same covenant that the father had with the son that gets the birthright. Adam received both of these, and his birthright, because of the covenant, was dominion. Your birthright can never be taken from you once the father gives you your birthright. You and your descendants keep that birthright. Keep that blessing. You and your descendants after forever maintain and hold on to that birthright and that blessing that the Father gave you. Adam's birthright, is said in verse 26, was dominion. And God said, let us make man in our image after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish and over every living thing. And Adam was perfect. It said at the end, God saw that everything was good. He had 100% melanin content. Skin that does not have melanin content in the blazing sun of Africa is skin that has a defect. We know Adam had no defect. His skin would not produce skin cancer for being in the sun too long, because he had 100% melanin content. So he could work the fields, he could do everything he needed to do to tend the garden, because he was given that perfect 100%. He was the 100% man. Let's just call him the 100% man in every single way, including melanin and melatonin. And then he was given dominion as well to rule. So this man of color, this black man, this 100% man, melanin man, we were going to call him, melanin man and melanin woman, was given dominion to rule.
With the Pacquiao fight, just because of, you know, the way you won, the wide scorecard and everything. I mean, obviously,
you know, people say, you know, I guess from what I hear, certain fighters say, all this time for this. Yeah, I mean, y'all don't want to put him up on a pedestal. Mm-hmm. I mean, you the guys want to put him up on a pedestal. You guys say it's, you know, we're on the same level. Mm-hmm. So now you're upset that I proved you wrong.
Well, would it's just based on that? Would a rematch even be something you would entertain? I mean, obviously, if the money, you know, the money.
Right now, I think that, you know, he has to go back to the drawing board. You know, since September, my last fight, I look forward to Pacquiao fighting on the undercard. And I think that we could fight a doubleheader. And I think that we can find a pay-per-view on a doubleheader. I think, you know, we both can make some good money. He could fight, you know, he could fight somebody solid, and I could fight somebody solid. I mean, he ain't got to fight nobody that's, you know, that's unbelievable, but he could fight a solid competitor, and I could fight a solid competitor. I think together we could do some good numbers.
Do you think you would have to do something like that in order to I mean, how do you top making $100 million?
I can't top that. I know that how much I will be making in September. You know, I mean, my number probably would be 32, 35 million, and that's just for an opponent. But I know I could make, if I made 32, I could make 18 on the back end. So that's 50 million. And I got some other money coming in after 50 by the 100.
Were you surprised that they made? I mean, it almost seemed. I know he came out and said, "I don't want to make any excuses or alibis," but it almost seemed like they went out of their way to really kind of stress. You know how you know the shoulder injury and everything like.
They basically stressing a rematch.
You think?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Floyd, you don't need them, they need you. And the move that Freddie Roach, HBO, Bob Arum and Top Rank, and Manny Pacquiao pulled after this fight, not being men enough to say, I lost, you were the better man, you whooped me, we would like another payday. I mean, they knew that you gave Maidana another payday because Maidana earned another payday. And these clowns knew that there was not even going to be an appetite. He knew that he pulled off the same stunt in the Marquez fight. After the Marquez fight, after he got knocked clean out, everybody stopped talking about him fighting Floyd. And HBO and Top Rank and Bob Arum and Manny Pacquiao and his trainer haven't seen a $30 million payday like they just saw the other night. So they willing to do whatever to disrespect you once again. They disrespected you for the first 5 years, putting the man on your level anyway. The whole time saying you was running. You was telling everybody he wasn't on my level. They called you the former pound for pound. Skip Bayless and all of them other clowns don't know nothing about boxing. Disrespected you. And now they trying to disrespect you again and want to get another payday? Bruh, you're the best ever in this generation, right? So that includes Bernard Hopkins, right? So you could fight for another 10, 12 years and do 100 million twice a year in May and in September for the next 10, 12 years until you get to Bernard B. Hop's age. You don't need Pacquiao. You should never, ever, ever get that man another shot, not even at an undercard, the way he disrespected and played himself. I have respect for Manny, but you just tricked it off.
I have overlapped in the business for the better part of 2 decades. I've watched you come up through the game and get to the top. One thing that was noticeable to me during this entire promotion, and especially this week, is a departure from your normal persona. You were grateful. You were appreciative.
Yes.
You were calmer. You had a more evolved maturity about you during this promotion.
Older. I didn't mean to cut you off, but older,
yeah,
wiser. We had a game plan. This was our game plan. In the beginning of my career, to be outspoken and to go out there and let the talent, match my voice as far as speaking out loud, doing what I had to do inside the ring, speaking loud outside the ring. Then our ultimate goal was to get to this point so we can make 9 figures in one night.